Simon's Cat token is the meme coin that's been launched by a variety of centralized exchanges. There were already some rumors around this in July of this year. Have a look at this. The Bonk guy made a tweet. That's someone that made almost 14 million off of Bonk. And that's with an initial capital of 16K. And so that's what we are all dreaming about, right? Following the winners can be a winning strategy. Now, why especially this token? What's so special about Simon's Cat? The official account of the Binance Smart Chain retweeted the Simon's Cat tweet. And so how do I know about all of this? It's because of YouTuber Sep Montgomery. So he's obviously very early in a lot of tokens. Feel free to follow his account. He's still got less than 23k subscribers. So he described the launch via TokenFi and how to get the airdrop by holding the Floki token. So that might have been one of the reasons why the Floki Ino token went up quite a bit. But now with the launch of Simon's Cat, we've seen a retracement of Floki. Since listing on CoinMarketCap, we are up 56%. And as expected, all major centralized exchanges are part of the party. The token can be bought on Binance, on Gate.io, on HTX, etc. But what's even more interesting is that the Cat token is one of the main tokens currently traded on the Binance Smart Chain. It's got a ton of liquidity, almost 50 million combined across those two pools. And that's at a fully diluted market cap of only roughly 200 million. So since the creation of the liquidity pool on the Binance Smart Chain, we have seen an increase of 86%, a bit more than what we have seen since listing on CoinMarketCap, because that obviously takes a bit longer. And so the big question is, how much longer can this rally now last? And I'm not going to walk you through the website and sell you the marketing jazz. We are going to look at on-chain analytics most people are not considering. Let's have a look at how much manipulation there might potentially be. So the Twitter account of the Simon's Cat token has 460,000 followers. On chain, we've got 30,000 holders. So either most people that are following Twitter haven't bought the token whatsoever, or they've bought this through the centralized exchanges. Maybe it was advertised over there, but it seems like they are not directly on the Binance Smart Chain. So there's 15 times more Twitter followers than holders. That's not very common. Now let's have a look at those holders. Of course, the largest wallet is with Binance. No surprise over here. So there might be some potential manipulation through derivative contracts, through perpetual futures at some point in the future. But what's also interesting is that there's quite a lot of holdings also by various smart contracts. So that's probably how the team is going to cash out over time. There's 10% in the foundation, 30% is pre-sales to investors. Then for whatever reason, the project also needs a treasury, allocated money to market makers, and another community growth fund. So a lot of ownership by the team still. Now, in order to figure out where the price might go from here, I like to look at both demand and supply. Now, the issue with supply is, again, we don't really know what's going to happen because the team is holding a lot. But for the demand, we can at least look at some parts of the demand. We don't know what happens with the centralized exchanges, but we can have a look at what happens on-chain on the Binance Smart Chain. And so check this out. This is the number of holders over time with different holding thresholds. So on the left side, we see the number of wallets that have at least 20 million tokens. So at the current price, that's roughly $500 worth of Simon's Cat. For the chart in the middle, we go a 10x from that. So that's now a minimum holding of $5,000. For the chart on the right, we go another 10x. That's a minimum holding of $50,000. So we see the initial big spike due to the airdrop to Floki holders. And since that airdrop, the number of retail investors grew by roughly 300 to 400. So that's a growth of maybe 15% within 10 days. The number of medium-sized holders didn't really grow. The number of whales also didn't grow, but at least they also didn't sell. So this is not a case where the whales are dumping on retail. We do see growth by retail investors, but it's not ultra fast, especially since we've had a launch across so many centralized exchanges and with that much involvement by the big guys. Now, what's the upside potential? Let's simply compare market caps. So over here on CoinGecko, we can have a look at different meme coins. So there is a categories tab over here, and within the categories, we can see the meme coins, and the largest of all of them is Dogecoin with almost 15 million of market cap. Now let's have a look at the newer ones. We've got Dog with Hat and Bonk. They are at 1.5, 1.2 billion. Floki is also at 1.2. And when we scroll down a bit, we find Simon's Cat over here. So the market cap is around 200, depending on if you take the current market cap or the fully diluted one. Here in this overview on CoinGecko, it's at 160 million. It's in the same ballpark. And so let's play with the positive scenario. Let's say we get into similar regions with Mock and with Cat in a dog's world, and maybe with PopCat. Then we are looking at a maximum upside of maybe 3 to 4x from here, relatively speaking. Of course, when all of crypto is going up and Bitcoin suddenly doubles, then of course, pretty much all of the meme coins are going to triple and quadruple. But simply just in terms of outperformance, I think 3 to 4x is probably the ceiling. And the big question is, are those centralized exchanges going to dump before we see such a rally? And that's probably all dependent on how quickly the number of holders grows. If the growth here stalls, then probably some whales are going to de-risk. And that's a problem in general with crypto right now. We need some kind of minimum return expectation if we get into something that risky. But the returns probably aren't that high anymore, given that the capital inflow into crypto as a whole is somewhat slow now. So have a look at this. This is the total market cap of various stablecoins, and it's used to rise very quickly in 2021 until we saw the Terra Luna collapse, the UST implosion. That started a bear market, which then subsequently turned around in October of last year. So since October of last year, we do see how various meme coins can perform quite well, especially on Solana. Then in April, we've seen quite a bit of a slowdown, and now we are slowly picking up again in August. But it's definitely not as quickly as we have seen in 2021 and the end of 2022. And so I will keep monitoring this chart. I will keep looking at the growth of the Simon's Cat token, how many retail investors are really getting in. So there will be update videos on this channel. If you're interested in those updates, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. If this video was helpful, feel free to also give this a like. It helps the channel grow. And last but not least, there's a free Telegram channel. Feel free to join. The link is down below. And there's also a premium membership. If you want to know what kind of trades I do, if you want to chat with me directly one-on-one, that's down below. It's thebitcoinstrategy.com.